Hi everyone! I know it's been a while since my last video. A lot of stuff has happened over the last few weeks and it kept me pretty busy. A lot. From college applications being accepted, to Christmas parties, to Christmas gifts needing to be made, to receiving the opportunity to have my artwork displayed in a prestigious art school. Not to mention school finals. Since I am still in school, this craziness will likely happen again, but I plan on making some smaller videos for when it does happen. If you have any suggestions of what you want to see, feel free to leave a comment. With that being said, I want to say a special thank you to all of those who have subscribed and left wonderful comments. It is truly appreciated. Now, on to the video. This time I'll be using a Frankie doll as a base, which was actually a first for me. Because time was quite limited when I started this project, I did sand her body down while I was at school. I usually don't bother with sanding, but this project required a smooth surface and Frankie's skin was really shiny and slick. To practice the style of vines I wanted on her body, I sculpted her torso tree bits off camera and then took off her face with acetone. I wanted her to have delicate pointed feet, so her original toes had to go. I cut those off, then sculpted the new pointed ends with epoxy clay. Once that was cured, I swirled long rows of clay onto her leg. I make sure to make them different thicknesses so the design wouldn't look flat. It took me about 10 tries before I was satisfied with the first leg. I filmed more of my process with the second leg because at that point I had a technique for getting the look that I wanted. I coated the entire body with white acrylic paint and gesso, then I painted her skin pale blue. I went back and forth between painting her skin and tree bits to make sure the paint job was as neat as I could get it. This took a while. Since she's a pale blue, I chose a darker blue, a purple, and a periwinkle chalk pastel to blush her. I sprayed that layer with MSC, then I added white glitter all over her tree vines. She needs her two tree-like branches sticking out of her head, so I cut small holes with an X-Acto knife, then I stabbed the branches in. At first I used a more natural-looking branch, but they looked too sparse, so I replaced them with an even more glittery pair. Like I said before, this was my first time customizing a Frankie doll, so I wasn't used to her face mold. I sketched out a design in Procreate and used that as my guide while painting her face. Another first for me was painting white eyelashes. I usually stray away from doing white eyelashes because I was afraid they would blend in with the sclera too much, making her eyes look like a big white blob. But sketching eyelashes with a purple pencil and then adding a bit of blue to the sclera helped a lot with adding dimension. The last step, of course, is glossing her eyes. To make her irises extra sparkly and frosty looking, I added in a fine blue glitter to the varnish. For her hair, I'm using the usual loosely twisted acrylic yarn. I tested out two different methods for making the hair this time because I couldn't remember if one was better than the other or if it didn't matter for this specific yarn. The first method is the common tie strands onto a stick and brush them out with a pet brush, and the second is untwisting the yarn and pulling apart the two ends over and over again until no more hair comes out when you pull. I can't remember the original person who came up with this method, but I learned about it from Dolllynx here on YouTube. As you can see, the pulled hair comes out much longer. This is usually the case when it comes to yarn hair, but sometimes it doesn't matter which technique you use. The hair will always come out the same length. Not wanting to waste material, I prep both hanks by ironing them flat with a clothing iron. Once I think I've made enough hair, I finally seal up the hole in her head and glue on the hair. When it is all glued on, I style her hair off camera by curling it and giving her 2 ponytails. And now she's finally done. Spritz were among the many cookies my parents made for the holidays. And since she's a sweet and delicate looking little pixie, the name Spritz fits her perfectly. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.